So, I have returned once again for that one anime everyone keeps talking about when it comes to the spring season. Okay, let's see whether or not the mic is actually working. Yeah, it is. So, yes, this is a series everyone keeps talking about. Okay, so let's attempt this actual name of it. So, it's called Shuumatsu Nani Shitemasu, Isogashii desu, Sukutte Moratte Ii desu. That's how you pronounce it. I think. Is it Lil? One of the two. It's one way around, but I think that's how you do it. Hopefully YouTube does not die because YouTube thinks it's going to die. Very much so. So let's actually see. Okay, no, it's just it took a while to kick in the actual thing itself for some profound reason. So yeah, I keep hearing things about the show because the original light novel is the kind of like competitor towards ReZero. So I think in Japan people actually read the light novel of this, so it probably proved popular because of it. But granted, I never heard anything about it beforehand, so it kind of I lead myself to realize maybe not. I don't know. I could be incorrect with that philosophy. But 9 out of 10 times, if you hear, "Hey, this is the kind of not ReZero," then yeah, I know it's got a really freaking long ass English name as well. Yeah, it's called "What Did You Do at the End of the World? Are you busy? Will you save us?" Which basically roughly means that no, I'm probably gonna sit on my ass and watch some Always Sunny in Philadelphia until the world ends. That's what I'll do. But yeah, it seems interesting enough, the show itself. This Crunchyroll keeps on talking about it. I'm like, that seems interesting. So I'll probably watch it. Didn't even know they picked it up at all. And it just actually randomly came out today. I was like, oh, that comes out today. Oh, I wasn't even in a loop. I knew it was happening, but that's all I knew. So it's anyone's game how this series turns out. I actually have no idea. And I just realized I've got another Crunchyroll tab open anyway. So what's the point of opening a second Crunchyroll tab? What am I doing with my life is the question I should asking myself. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. But who's to say the show might be the bee's knees? It might be the next coming of Christ. It could just save the spring anime season because every other single show this whole entire season besides Sakura Quest has been absolute tripe. So let's see. That's not been a sequel. Let's just kind of get that out of the way because all the sequels are pretty freaking good. So it's just discrepancies there just in case. So yes, without further delay, let's get the show on the road. So in 3, 2, 1, let's begin now. I think it's also done by Statelight, I believe. Is that kind of thing that it starts at the end and then goes back to the beginning afterwards? I don't know. Feels like that. This is one thing the show has over ReZero. Not everyone is 3D. Husbando Power say the goddamn day as well. Damn son. It's the apple! Holy crap! I'm kidding. Off goes that cat, never to return until very late into the series when it becomes a pivotal plot point. He looks pretty cool. Damn, my weakness. Girls in witch hats. God damn it. You know what? At least the direction's a little bit more imaginative than I actually imagined originally. It was actually pretty alright. I thought it might be a bit boring looking, but it seems a bit more imaginative than I imagined. Which is pretty neat. Pretty freaking neat. Editing's a little bit jumpy though. I mean, the montage shots kind of don't look amazing, but I don't pass. It's that kind of jumping where you kind of like could do without it being there. Told you the cat would come back. It's Pac-Man. The soundtrack's not too bad either, to be honest. It's that kind of fantasy esque like music to it, but it's pretty right. It's pretty good. Can't argue. Can't argue indeed. It ends that then. Is that Abuto from Gintama? Is that Abuto? I didn't know you actually can make coffee salty. Ugh. No one understand why people put sugar in coffee, let alone salt. Ew. It's all go in these places. Oh crap, it's a lolly. Some say if you search hard enough inside the woods, you might find yourself a wild lolly. He has found that said wild lolly. Almost by fate, they meet again. Is she the one from the opening scene? The more I think about it. Mysterious Lolly. This world seems interesting. Mysterious Lollies. They've become plural now. Was Mysterious Lolly, but originally announced as Mysterious Lollies. Caboose shot. Mysterious Lollies found out. Recurring gags. What was that one pink head girl doing? Because the girls are the weapons. Oh, that was it. I mean, it was kind of all right. Nothing special. Nothing to really write home about as of yet. Well, it could improve. Don't get me wrong. It's not the write off completely just yet. Not gonna say, hey, mate, don't watch the show. Because there could be some pretty good stuff later on to the series. I'm not too sure if or not that beginning part is a future part of the series or beginning like a scheduled kind of thing. It just kind of got me interested. I mean, it wasn't like anything out of the ordinary to say, hey, watch the show for that reason. Because the animation seems pretty nice. Don't get me wrong. I think State Light's kind of really up in their game when it comes to animation. I quite like the fact they are doing that. It seems there's some kind of intrigue involved in this series, but really anything else, there isn't kind of anything to write home about just yet. There isn't anything so far which has actually kind of struck me like, oh, which is kind of disappointing. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, everyone's been talking about the show being like the kind of compared to the ReZero, and ReZero is a fantastic series in its own right. Yeah, it has its problems. It's a fantastic series in its own right. So I was kind of expecting something pretty grander because this episode of ReZero had quite a lot going on. And maybe this one's just a slow burner. Maybe as the series goes on, they might start introducing more plot points, which kind of then kind of show you, okay, this is probably it now. Huh. Oh, that episode isn't that good, to be honest. It's got some of those conventions that I've seen beforehand. Ooh, no. So I'm guessing humanity was wiped out, why his people are there now? No idea. Seems interesting enough. I mean, the actual kind of backstory behind what's going on here does seem pretty kind of a bit better than I imagined. So I actually am a little bit more interested than I was beforehand. But I'm guessing it's probably something more going on behind closed doors that we're getting right now. So it kind of leads me to be a bit more interested in the world itself because I want to see where that goes. But again, other than that, there wasn't too much to write home about. Like, there wasn't like this grandiose thing. I was like, wow, freaking hell, this seems pretty cool. I mean, most part, I'm kind of interested to see where the series actually goes and what actually it does next because it does seem like it can be interesting. It does seem like it has a back end towards it, which doesn't seem as if it could be just any old light novel series. I mean, it could be something pretty freaking great, hopefully. I mean, could it rival ReZero? I mean, yeah, if it has a better kind of character arc, then yeah, it could rival ReZero. I mean, it could in theory improve on certain things that ReZero couldn't do. It could give us the humanity aspect of it a little bit better than what it did in ReZero, because again, in ReZero, it kind of felt a bit too rushed, if you get what I mean. Like, not too bad, but just kind of felt as if they could have slowed it down ever so slightly. But I mean, yeah, right now, nothing too much. I think it's too soon to kind of write the series off as just any other series known to exist. I think it has something in there which really can do something, which probably will allow us to actually kind of feel a bit more messy in the world, because it does seem to have it with the whole entire backstory to what actually happened with this kind of world ending, this whole entire thing of him fulfilling his promise, that he didn't do that. So I'm kind of interested to see what the repercussions of that was, because he seems pretty freaking alright as of right now. So don't know, because it does seem like it's something there which can really just flesh out a lot of things that are present in the world itself. So hopefully it does do that, because otherwise I don't see anything else the series can actually do to actually surprise me. Because again, there has to be something in here which it does differently to actually kind of warrant its kind of success, if you get what I mean. Because again, it is very much successful in Japan apparently. So I'm kind of eager to see what it was. So make this so popular in Japan. I'm kind of eager to read the manga actually and see where it actually goes, if it actually happens to be one. I actually have no idea whether or not there is one, but 9 out of 10 times there always is. But yeah, I mean, all in all, can't say I've wasted my time. It's a bit slower than I imagined. The other thing to note was kind of slower because I was thinking to myself, this isn't as fast paced as I actually imagined originally, because a lot of other shows tend to be quite kind of fast paced when it comes to the first episode. This one wasn't, but the kind of slower pace accompanied the actual tone of the show. So it didn't really kind of feel as if it was out of place too much. It felt as if it was warranted towards how the tone of the show was going. So I'm not too fussed there. I mean, our protagonist Willem, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I think he does seem kind of alright. He doesn't seem like he's anything out of the ordinary. It doesn't seem like he's breaking the norm of a light novel protagonist. I mean, he's not the kind of one who's seeing the old ecchi ones, but again, he's not doing anything out of the ordinary just yet, but I can see it kind of slowly improving. Hopefully he does have a meaningful character arc, which makes him a bit more endearing, makes him a bit more better than just being that kind of character who's meant to be there for the sake of being there. And I guess the other thing to know is actually the girls themselves, and the exact same thing with the guy himself as well. I kind of want them to have a kind of meaningful character arc to actually kind of feel as if they are warranted towards what's really going on here. It kind of feels as if they might be used to kind of gear up the kind of tragedy that will befall the whole entire world later on to the series. I feel as if that's probably what it's going to do. It kind of sets in stone that whole entire notion with the whole entire thing of the previous people he kept, and how I'm guessing they didn't kind of go too well. Please stop going past. So I'm guessing it's probably going to do exactly the same thing here. Like, you're probably getting most invested in them to a point where if something happens to them, you feel as if fracking out that should never have happened. I feel as if that's probably what it's going to do. Like, it's if it does it, I won't be fast, but I'll probably be like, well, I saw that one coming, so it won't be surprising. But I have hopes. So yes, with all that said, I have indeed been the drive. It has not entirely saved the spring anime season, but it's kind of the glimmer of hope. That's what I say. So if you have enjoyed the stream as a whole, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does quite a bit. You have enjoyed what I do here, and you want to stay that little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does quite a bit. But until tomorrow with Sakura Quest and possibly another chapter of some Gatsu no Line, see you guys then. Bye for now.